Long before the Same-Sex Marriage Prohibition Act, queer Nigerians were already building histories and they were creating communities. They were living and they were finding one another. My name is Chinwe Adioha, and through Mekoreta, I am engaging with Nigerian queer archives. I'm exploring how queer people navigated identity and how they belonged before 2014. And at the heart of this journey is the Nigerian Gentlemen's Alliance, which is the country's first LGBTQ organization, which was founded in Lagos in 1989, and the networks of solidarity that followed. So in the spring of 2024, during one of my visits to the One Archives at the University of Southern California Libraries, then I stumbled upon a newspaper clipping which was published by Frontiers magazine, and it was dated 1992. It had the author as the American journalist Rex Walkner. And also to remember that the Frontiers magazine was the largest Southern California's magazine at the time. So we had a lot of readership in terms of queer issues. And that was where that Nigerian Gentlemen's Alliance publication was on. And the newspaper clipping told the story of the Nigerian Gentlemen's Alliance, which was founded under military rule in Nigeria. And it was also at the time when Nigeria was grappling with authoritarian repression and the world was in the midst of the HIV and AIDS pandemic. That single clipping became the beginning of a much larger search. I wanted to know more. I was so excited. I wanted to see more. I began tracing the history of queer organizing in Nigeria. I wanted to get to the end of it, actually. I was asking questions, and those questions were in terms of what linguistic strategies did queer Nigerians use to navigate public hostility? Who were they speaking to? What did survival and visibility look like under a military regime? And how were networks of solidarity built, both within Nigeria and across borders, nationally and transnationally? One response to those questions was mekoreta.org, which is a digital archive that I started building in 2025, in form of a website. And I was using it to collect and preserve and make Nigerian queer histories even more accessible. My intention was to break that kind of archival poverty, archival deficit. I was thinking in terms of, you do not need to go to Los Angeles or find yourself at the One Archive to understand what 1989 queer history was like. So I was trying to bridge that gap through mekoreta.org. And through this work, I am trying to also better understand what queer life in Nigeria looked like before 2014, how queer people navigated censorship and what their stories can still teach us today. Also building on that long-term saying that to understand the present, we need to make friends with the past. I believe these fragments, these traces, these archival pieces can lead us towards new ways of understanding Nigeria's queer past, and in doing so, reshape the country's sexual genealogy.